Okay, they're all grouped up back there. Let me get their ult in. Yeah, come on, pull them in. Inferno style flame control. Let them burn, baby. Crimson Star to the back of the cranium. And more tornadoes. God damn! Look at this damage. 4 kills. I know I'm kinda late on that one, but it took me a while to edit everything because I'm still not used to my new editing software. And I wanted to take my time and make a good video for you all. So today I have something special for you. I've brought you 2 other amazing Shinobi Striker and multi-gaming content creators to react to these builds here today and walk you through the gameplay a bit. Look forward to Push X to Start and Aruzien. They both make great content and also stream here regularly on YouTube, so make sure to check those guys out. And if you want to hang out with us, play some games and stuff, Push has another streaming marathon planned for October, so feel free to stop by. And actually, check out ToppaVG too for the funniest Shinobi Striker content on YouTube. So the new Temari DLC just came out and now you wanna know how to use those jutsus to their full potential. So for today I brought you the top 3 Temari DLC builds in Shinobi Striker. So let's just jump right into it. So the first build starts off with the new Windsurf Jutsu from the Temari DLC. It creates 4 tornadoes with really good tracking which hone in on targets close by, inflicting damage and blasting them up into the air. You and your allies can also launch yourself into the air by touching them. And every single one of those tornadoes has the ability to break your opponent's guard. You can even hit one person with all 4 of them if you cast it right above them, resulting in insane amounts of damage, basically ult level damage. For the second jutsu, you want to run the Inferno style flame control, which burns multiple enemies in front of you and additionally lowers their defense. And it's also the second jutsu on our build that can't be blocked by our enemies. And for our ult we want to use the Windstyle Sea Dragon, also obtained from the Temari DLC. It generates a giant freaking tornado that pulls in enemies and does damage to them. As our ninja tool we use the scientific ninja tool Crimson Star. I'm gonna use the time space hop as a substitution for all 3 of those builds, but if you don't have it, don't worry. I'll give you some alternatives later on in the video. It reduces your ninjutsu cooldown time and gives you invincibility for a short period of time. And it also only has a 25-second cooldown. First Blood, Clear Minds, and 1 in a Million as our clothing perks.
Alright, so I want to give just a little bit of insight on this build right here that we have going on. It is Flame Lightning with the new Temari Tornadoes, including the ultimate Windstyle Sea Dragon. Now, this is a bit of an interesting build, as it is double tick damage, or you could even say triple tick damage, or even quad tick damage for that matter, if you get the ultimate in. As you can see, Crimson Star is able to hold the opponent in place, and you're able to launch tornadoes as well as the Flame Lightning at your opponent, which this is an interesting combination that you can do. So the Flame Lightning is able to give passive tick damage. They're not going to be affected by it too much except for their health going down. And the tornadoes will actively do damage and actually affect their movement. It's interesting to see such a thing like this. Flame Lightning up above, hitting with the tornadoes, spreading out, and even hitting with the Crimson Star. They were not going anywhere. They were going to be getting hit with both things right there. Now, the only way you could really counter this build, especially for the ultimate, is you have to have time space hop. It is no joke that that is going to be required for going up against any range user at this point, as time space hop allows you to not be affected by the tornado at all, which is going to be something we see a lot. It's also good to run time space hop due to the fact that it's 25-second cooldown, which is your typical substitution. Not to mention, it's basically another Kamui, and it gives you jutsu cooldown. Right there, a little bit of a knock-up. She was down on the ground, and now Temari getting mixed up with a combination. Well, not Temari, but somebody trying to look like Temari from the looks of it. And now here we are going in for a closer look, a hit stun, and then we go in for a beautiful combination finish right there. Now we have a little bit of action right here, getting hit with the Crimson Star, dodging that Chidori. All of a sudden, a third player out of nowhere, going in for the kill steal. You gotta love this in the pits, because that's what you're gonna see all the time. And here we go, big tornado, the Windstyle Sea Dragon. And as you can see, people are using time space hop to get away. Again, if you are using time space hop, that's how you're going to be able to counter this build.
And the only way to counter every other build in the game is to subscribe now so you don't miss out on all those tips, tricks and guides I have planned for you guys. I'm actually a professional esports coach and played this game since launch. I've worked with some of the highest level players in this game. On this channel I want to show you exactly what you need to improve and how you can do that most effectively. And everything you need to know to become a god in Shinobi Striker. Sorry for the interruption and enjoy the rest of the video.
Because they're not going to be able to hit you and you won't be affected by being pulled in either. As long as you don't do any form of attack, you are perfectly fine. And you'll be able to see that right here. Tornado. Maybe not right there. Not enough health to really prove it. But if we look right here, we're going to be having a tornado go off. Time space hop used. However, an attack was made which got him out of the little Kamui maneuver. Nevertheless, he was able to get the win. And if we look right here, 15-3.
So the second build is kind of an anti-heal build that uses Inferno-style flame control to A. Lower the defense of your opponents, B. Do a good amount of AoE damage, and C. Lower their received healing. The Summoning Blade Dance from the Temari DLC, which completely prevents a hit opponent from receiving any kinds of heals or buffs, and the Shikigami Dance Storm as our ultimate to completely prevent any healing from your opponents, any ninjutsu in fact. We use the Senbon for a ninja tool, and Spiteful Spirit, Clear Minds, and 1 in a Million as our clothing perks. And now just think about it for a second. What do we have here? We just kinda made the perfect assassin build in Shinobi Striker. I mean, all our ninjutsu are perfect to finish off low targets. Senbon, easy finish. Flame control, goes through block, good tracking, easy finish. Summoning Blade Dance. They can't get healed once they're low, you can easily finish them.
Hello guys, my name is Aruzien. I'm here collaborating with Sensei for this build showcase. As you can see here from this video from Sensei build, I will quickly walk you guys through on how to play this build at best. Here at the start of the match, using the Summoning Blade Dance being used, you can stun hit, then use Summoning Blade Dance. However, please note that it's best that use at medium to long range as the enemy team can hit you out of it easily. You want to make sure you can debuff whoever you're targeting so they won't receive any additional benefits that could buff or heal the team. Inferno-style flame control has amazing tracking and can be difficult to dodge unless the enemy has gained distance from you, and can easily finish our target with Senbons as the ninja tool. The ultimate Shikigami Dance Storm is perfect for this build because it can stop enemy team from using their ninjutsu except for the substitution. So this makes it easier for you to apply any additional debuff on the enemy team with your build. Let's quickly recap. Summoning Blade Dance has great tracking along with Inferno style flame control, but you could be easily knocked out of it if you're hit by the enemy player. Not only that, you could finish off an enemy player quickly with Senbons and have a Shikigami Dance Storm as the ultimate, so the enemy has even much of a harder time fighting against you. Anyway guys, I think that's gonna do it from me. My name is Aru. I do streams and content on anime games such as Shinobi Striker, so check me out if you're interested.
So if you don't have the time space hop substitution from the Sasuke DLC, just use your normal shadow clones or the water clone. But if you use water clone or any 30-second or higher sub, use Out of Thin Air as your bottom perk. The third Temari DLC build consists of Windsurf Jutsu, Sea Dragon, Crimson Star, and Shurado. Activating Shurado gives you access to 2 new ninjutsus. One of those lets you shoot a rocket straight at your target, and the other ability lets you shoot multiple rockets from above. So I heard a lot of people say that this jutsu sucks because it doesn't hit and stuff, but actually that isn't true, you just have to know how to use it. So how you want to use the single rocket, for example, is when you hit somebody with a Crimson Star, they are locked in position, so you can hit one rocket. And when the Crimson Star returns, you can actually hit a second rocket, which is like half the health bar gone in like 1 second, with just one Crimson Star. You can even combo into it from like a light heavy from the Kusanagi sword, or basically just a charge attack. The single rocket is a pretty good follow-up for your tornadoes too, actually. I mean, the second jutsu you can't combo into it without like a setup move or something, like your ultimate for example, so we have that, but it's pretty hard to combo into it, and there are not a lot of situations where you just throw it out and it will hit. But it's not how you have to think about that jutsu, because Shurado essentially is one jutsu And it basically is like the single rocket, that's the jutsu, that's Shurado. But the other jutsu is basically the option to punish somebody on objectives, yeah, when somebody is on the scroll, when somebody is locked in place by setup moves, by wind up from their own moves, yeah. But the thing is, this jutsu got so much better with the Temari DLC. The ultimate makes this jutsu so broken. When you have somebody in your ultimate, or multiple people, they are stuck in position for seconds. You can hit as many rockets as you want. Everything in that tornado will die. And I mean, with all those rockets and tornadoes and crimson stars and bigger tornadoes and cooldown reduction with time space hop. I mean, who in this shinobi world is gonna be able to take one objective against that spam build? You could actually run Shisui Katana or Lapis Fang 2 if you want. If you made it to this point of the video, leave a comment so I can thank you personally.